Welcome to Our Girl Relationships. We talk about the problems people face in their day-to-day lives. Let's start with the video. It's been completely messed up, and through all of it, I'm trying to stay strong. I'm a 28-year-old woman. My ex-husband, let's refer to him as Jack, who's 30 years old, divorced me 6 months ago. We were married for 3 years and 5 years together. We have a child whose custody I got because he said he didn't want any more disturbing elements between his and his ex's life. He literally abandoned his wife and son for his ex-lover. After years of sacrifices, losing friends, and making tons of enemy because of his stupid attitude, he showed up one day and broke it off with me just like that. Trust me, I'm over it. He didn't really care much. He left everything, including the house, to us. He just seemed like he wanted nothing more than her, and I should have honestly known, but my bad love sometimes makes us blind, and I missed all the red flags. I knew about this ex he had from college, but I never knew the reason they broke up exactly. The only thing I was told was Jack was the one who messed up. And now I know the reason how exactly he messed things up with his then girlfriend and now wife. Everything that had happened could have been avoided if I wasn't into everything he told me to do just to have him in my life. So, a little backstory on us. Me and him met at a mutual friend's party, and I was the one who approached him. At first, he was totally closed off and didn't show any interest. But as the drinks went on, he started being a little flirty, and we hooked up right after that. The next morning, before leaving, he left his number at my house, where we crashed at the night before, and then after I was done texting him. We talked and started hooking up more and more, till I got pregnant with our 4-year-old son. So we decided to give things a try and start being in a proper relationship, which was what I initially wanted from him, but hooking up seemed easier. He wasn't a relationship type of guy, but for our child, we decided to formally go out, and then we dated on and off, and for the sake of stability, decided if we get married for once and all things would get better, and we both would feel more secure. It all happened in just a span of 3 years. Having a son and getting married without knowing much about each other sounds like the worst mistake someone can make, and I have made every one of them, and I completely have regrets about the whole situation, and I still am thinking about all the ways how one contraception pill could have saved my entire life right now. From what I have concluded on my own is that it all started when they started reconnecting with each other on Facebook. Jack was known and is still known as the playboy of their college. So, long story short, he fell in love with his college sweetheart, and they were together for the next 3 years of college. And the problem started when Jack started cheating on her, and after she was really hurt, she left him and left the city and settled down in a new city just to avoid him and not feel miserable. I felt real pity for that girl, and he also has told me about how he had cheated on her for several times, and me, everything about him, not thinking that the life of our son exists at least. Treating me like shit was one thing, but having a baby when he was the one who told me no abortion and is now behaving this way, the fact that this whole sudden thing is confusing enough. So I have no patience for anyone, so keep that in your mind and proceed with this post. Friday evening, after coming back, he hands me some papers telling me that he is leaving us for his ex, and they are starting a new life, and he gives me a few sorry-ass apologies, which makes zero sense and holds no meaning. In the next week, we know that my husband has given up on his property money and just wants to be with her, and she as well is freshly divorced. She's a lot prettier than me and really much more capable than me, and yeah, it made sense why he would leave me and go for her. I am slowly getting into terms with that, but my anger is about why he abandoned his own son, who he said he loved so much, and not only abandoned it like for a new woman, but also called it a disturbing element. I am hurt and angry and want answers like, let's for a moment assume I deserve this, but why is my child being treated this way? That hurts me. So now that is all we have left. I have a job and that pays well, so I don't have to worry, and then he will be sending child support, and the house is left to me. I guess that makes the situation even for us. But does all this really compensate for his presence? No. My 4-year-old loved playing ball with him. How am I going to fill in for that? There were so many things they did only as father and son, which I was never included in because they both were boys. And now that thing would be gone too. I'm scared to explain the situation and have been telling him that Daddy has gone for work and will come back soon. Life is tough right now, and I'm honestly facing it. Life update on this post. It's been a month and we have gotten used to it, and 7 months after our divorce, I've landed a better paying job and changed my son's schools too. The parents of the previous school have been talking about the whole Jack leaving us thing without realizing that their children are also hearing, and I don't want my child to be bullied about it later because they're almost 5. And this is the age those things start, and I'm really scared. I'm trying to get my own place and sell this place and move to the next city that is nearby and start a new life because I have a kid to take care of and I can't abandon him or play with his future. And for raising a child, I have to make myself stronger and heal, and I'm also going to therapy every week to be better each day, and it's working. The gym people are an absolute blessing in this world. They all understand you the most, and it feels happy. And I don't have any updates on my ex and his wife, and honestly, screw them. I don't care about them, the same he didn't care about us. Life update 2 on this post, and I think I have the best update someone can have in the whole world. My ex got dumped the same way he dumped us. The God, the universe, they all heard my prayers and let that man taste in his own taste of bad things he did to us. Karma hits at the right places and at the right time, and I will explain everything that actually happened with them. So basically what happened was Jack had cheated on this woman back in college, and she would just cut him off without any warning or closure, and that would hit him the wrong way, and he would start sleeping around and even slept with that woman's sister. And that's what caused problems between her and her sister. The sister did it because she was madly in love with him, and she died just a year prior to this happening. So they never got to mend relationships with each other, and the bad blood remained over a guy. And that's when she decided she would clear up by dumping him again, and to dump, she had to have him. Jack has always regretted cheating on her deep down and wanted her back, and when he saw a chance to fulfill his desire and thought that he would get his old life back, he jumped onto her. But was it the same? No. She was waiting for him to get deep into her so she could break his heart. Poor Jack. He literally lost us and the person who he threw the perfect life for. She not only broke his heart, but also his wallet. He came back looking for us to our old house, as it was all transferred to my name while divorce settlements, so yeah, I sold it and bought another place in the next city, like I said I would do. And now I have completely moved on without regrets and what ifs, and that this situation is the cherry on top. So he came back looking for us, and we weren't there, of course. And he got mad that I sold the house, and I told him to contact me through my lawyer. And then he went on telling me how he deserves a place to stay with us for a while because he is the father of our son. I told him he had signed off his rights, and he is no son of his, and to forget about him. He's basically homeless and is literally on the brink of falling into debt. It all sounds harsh on him, but that's his problem, not mine, and honestly, I'm enjoying whatever he got himself into. If you play games, you too will be played with. So my folks remain humble and kind. And yeah, my son is happier in this city, so it all slowly fell into place, one by one, and we are really happy. That's what honestly matters. How dumb is that guy? Like, which person on this whole planet manages to make the worst possible decision every single time? And like, what's wrong with him? I hope the OP updates soon, but this, whatever she posted, there's a lot of unpack here. Like, he cheated on you and used you for your body and kept you under false pretense of not liking relationship tags. OP needs to respect herself more and not settle for less just because someone tells her that they love her and someone she finds attractive. Like, never hook up with someone as soon as you meet them unless that would be the last time you see them. Things which are continued after that don't last long, and this too didn't. Queen, as you should, like literally he had a place and faced both to ask for his rights. Like, what's his problem in this? Typical toxic white boy who pretends to be the sweet guy after screwing things up. I'm a 28-year-old male. My brother-in-law, Luke, 31, my sister's husband, is a devout Christian. He's the quiet, calm, and most respectful person in the entire family, but his only issue is that he acts introverted and gets offended easily. In other words, he's socially awkward, if you will. That's fine, no issue here. He clearly isn't a fan of socializing and deals with this pressure by bringing his pocket Bible, or compact Bible, to read at the corner of the room while we all talk and socialize. This happens at my mom's house, by the way. I started bringing my girlfriend, who's an atheist, meaning she doesn't believe or follow any religion, to my mom's house to attend family functions. She noticed Luke sitting there reading from his pocket Bible and made a few comments about him to my sister. For some reason, my sister thought that my girlfriend has an issue with Luke, but after talking to my girlfriend, she told me it wasn't about Luke. It's the way he sits there with the Bible on display that made her feel uncomfortable. She refused to elaborate, and last week she got into an argument with my sister, and after talking to both of them, it turns out my girlfriend asked my sister to tell Luke to stop showing his Bible whenever she's around. I tried to calm them both down, but my girlfriend said she will no longer come over if Luke doesn't stop. I tried to talk to my sister to reach a compromise, but she told my girlfriend to go by herself. NGL? That set me off, and I told my sister that Luke's choosing the wrong time to read from his Bible. Also, told her to tell him to leave it at home or the car. She called me and my girlfriend entitled, controlling a-holes, then got Mom involved. Mom took her side and told me I don't get to dictate how her guests behave at her house, then said that me and my girlfriend are guests ourselves and should show some respect. I asked her about the respect Luke was showing by sitting in the corner reading and ignoring everyone in the room. Mom said at least he's not hurting anyone or harassing anyone in the house. We argued and I left with my girlfriend. Now my stepdad wants me to be the one to apologize to Luke, then my sister, then Mom for causing a scene at her house. But I haven't called or anything yet. AITA? My intention was to make sure my girlfriend's concerns were heard and that she felt comfortable at my mom's house. YTA, and your girlfriend is a bigger one. I get that it's odd behavior from a guest, but like you said, he's socially awkward and seemingly doing his best to still attend family functions. The audacity to think you can ban it from someone else's house is absolute bonkers. If your girlfriend can't handle being in the presence of a book she doesn't like, she needs better coping skills, and she needs to not go out in public until she gets them. I'm a 22-year-old female, and my sister, 24, asked me to be her maid of honor a few months ago. Since then, she has not included me in any of the wedding planning, told me she doesn't want a bachelorette party, and decided to do her wedding in a different country, where her fiancé's from. She's staying in that country. I won't say where, since she might see this post, for a couple of months before the wedding to help furnish the house, plan the wedding, etc. My sister asked me to spend about a month and a half in that country to help her plan wedding stuff. I was able to come here for that month since I just graduated college and have some time before I start work. However, since I've gotten here, my sister has gone out every single day with her fiancé, let's call him Max, and his family, and has not invited me out except once, when she was wedding dress shopping. I had a conversation with her about how I'm in a foreign country, so I'm not comfortable going out alone when I know nobody here. Also, the only reason I'm here is for her. She called me inconsiderate and selfish, saying I should be prioritizing her needs since the wedding is in a month. We've been arguing every day about random, petty things since I've been here. The last straw was when I went out to buy fabric for my dress for the wedding. We had agreed on a color and got the dress custom made once I got the fabric. My sister, unsurprisingly, did not want to come dress shopping with me because she was with Max's family. When I got home, she was upset that I got the fabric for the dress without her, despite me telling her before going. She said she thought I'd wait to buy it when we were together. Mind you, I'm paying for my dress, and she didn't offer to pay for it at any point. We got past that conversation and started discussing the design of the dress. My sister got upset at the design I chose because it was not modest enough for her Max's conservative family. It was an off-shoulder maxi dress with literally no cleavage showing, not a bodycon A-line with a slit up to the knee. She told me since it's her wedding and she wants to go for a certain look in her pictures, that she should pick the style of my dress. I agreed with the condition that I have to like the design too. The fabric getting the dress made would cost about $400, so I want to be able to wear this dress again at some point. She picked out very ugly long sleeve dresses that look very much like my mother of the bride dresses. When I kept telling her this was not my style, I wouldn't feel comfortable in it, she said I was being inconsiderate and told me she'd wear a sparkly red cupcake gown to my wedding. My wedding is next year. I ended the conversation by telling her that I'm not catering my style to Max's family, and I'm not dropping $400 on a dress I don't even like. She said if I don't care about what she wants, then I shouldn't come to the wedding. AITA for still getting the dress I want made? I am her only sister and maid of honor. A lot of people are saying Max and his family are abusive, isolating my sister, but I don't think that's the case at all. My sister facilitates all the communication between his family and I. Her fiancé is a great guy, but very oblivious to her actions and assumes I don't want to spend time with them since my sister declines all their invites before letting me know. I went to get my dress done today, and I decided on a new dress that I think is a good compromise. My sister said she did not necessarily dislike it. Today, I went to dinner with Max and his family. They invited us because my mom just got here. During the whole time, my sister was ignoring me, turning her head away each time I spoke. While this might be a petty reaction to the dress, I had a good time meeting Max's siblings. Also, as per some of you guys' recommendations, I set up some sightseeing and tourist activities with some acquaintances I met at their engagement party. 100% NTA. Sounds like she is being completely unreasonable. From the sound of it, you did all you could and put up with a lot. I hope in time you two can get past this, but you are not to blame here at all. NTA, your sister has been very inconsiderate. Asking you to come for a month is a big ask. Leaving you alone most of the time is just plain rude. Just because she's going to be a bride doesn't make her the queen of everything.